Hello everyone and welcome to the Video Rangers podcast. I'm Mike Spinaco. Sitting beside me is Chris Dietz. Say hello, Chris.
Hello everybody, and we have a very special episode today of the Video Rangers.
Yes, grab your kids, gather around.
You might want to let your children listen to this.
No, they need to hear this. I might save their life someday.
Oh my God!
Yep. Takes different strokes to move the world.
It certainly does.
All kinds of strokes.
That sounds inappropriate.
It does. This whole episode is going to be horribly inappropriate. So
how do we go about this?
Well, as delicately as possible.
Okay.
Gentle. Okay. So what we are going to discuss today is the season 5 episode of Diff'rent Strokes titled The Bicycle Man.
Part 1.
Part 1 and Part 2.
And Part 2.
And Part 2. Part 1 debuted on February 5th, 1983. And it's a very serious topic with a very interesting and unique approach.
Yes.
To be delivered to your family audience, prime time. After school special, probably 8:30 at night.
For your Emmy consideration.
Yes. Performances here are just amazing.
We got Mr. Horton.
Mr. Horton, played by Gordon Jump.
Gordon Jump. He's the bicycle man. He runs the bicycle shop.
And he's just as friendly as can be and really understands children.
Very friendly. He's almost like a kid himself.
Yep.
The episode starts off with Conrad Bain.
And family.
And, well, it starts off with him with the warning at the beginning of the episode.
Yes. Letting everybody know that this is
a very important episode.
That you should watch, your family should watch. It's shedding the light of an awareness on basically
very important issue.
Pedophiles.
He doesn't even say it. He just says it's a very important episode about a very important issue.
Well, it's so yeah.
He doesn't say like what issue.
No. So you actually don't.
You don't know
really
what he's talking about.
Yeah.
It could be drugs.
I mean, what if you were busy all week and you didn't get to see the commercial for the episode?
Plagiarism, maybe.
And you just sat down one day with your family and you're just, hey, there's Diff'rent Strokes.
Come on, kids.
8 o'clock.
Let's watch Diff'rent Strokes.
And then Bicycle Man.
Bicycle Man shows up.
Yep. Your 3-year-old's gonna have a lot of questions.
Poor Dudley.
Yes.
Oh, poor Dudley.
This episode features Arnold and Dudley.
I don't know.
Dudley is Arnold's friend.
I wasn't sure whether to cry or to laugh.
And for those of you, if you don't know,
like I'm shedding tears right now.
If you don't know what Diff'rent Strokes is, look it up. Only like one of the best theme songs in television.
Yeah, it is.
This
is one of those. This episode should be put up on a pedestal, like how the Star Wars special is ridiculed.
That's actually terrible.
This has entertainment value to it.
Yeah.
It's very cringy though.
This is an episode that it doesn't get talked about a whole lot. It was something I saw as a kid.
it in reruns, yes.
And really hadn't heard about it again until Family Guy decided to make fun of it.
They have a joke in the early seasons about it.
Yeah.
First or second season.
Dudley at the bike shop. And the episode centers around a bicycle shop owner who is really friendly to kids and is...
he's a kid toucher.
Yeah. He just likes hanging out with them.
But mincing words is a good toucher.
Yeah. He draws them in by showering them with gifts and ice cream. And
they show all the I suppose these are their tactics.
Yeah.
These aren't like something they came up with. They probably at least did their research on this.
No,
how it usually works.
The one thing you could say about it is that it's very authentic. It felt real.
It felt
And that's why it was so cringy, because it felt real. It was like... this is probably what happens.
Yeah, I'd imagine. So this terrible. This is how they're very. Of course, they're friendly. They're not mean. They want to gain your trust.
And they offer you.
That's why it's terrifying if you're a parent.
So basically, what happens is Arnold's father agrees to buy him a bike from this bike shop, and Mr. Horton says that he will give him a free radio if he passes out flyers.
Bike radio.
Free bike radio.
Yeah.
If he passes out flyers.
To his kids, the kids at school.
So he's like, oh yeah, I'll do it. He brings the flyers to school. He sucks at passing them out. His friend Dudley gets rid of them in seconds.
Oh, poor Dudley.
Dudley is apparently the fucking Boston George of pamphlet passing out.
He's on his soapbox. Hell, he gets some other kid to pass him out.
Yeah.
It's really kind of stupid. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
There's nothing wrong with outsourcing. It's American.
Yeah.
And so, Arnold goes down to the bike shop. He tells them, like, oh, I gotta give him my free radio because I got, I did whatever. And Mr. Horton's, like, got him all alone now, so he just introduces him to his fucking back room.
Hey, I got a banana split in the back. Did you like that, Arnold?
Yeah.
And,
you're a banana guy.
The whole show, Arnold's always he's always eating sweets, and he's like a little fat.
Arnold loves food.
Yeah, he's a fat kid.
If you don't know, this is gonna be something.
It's like one of the running jokes in the show.
Yeah, if you don't really know Diff'rent Strokes, then you really gotta.
But I mean, the kids are gonna like ice cream anyway, so it's not really a stretch or anything.
No, it's not a stretch. I'm just saying, like.
But it is the running joke in the show, to a degree.
Without like us going into detail explaining every fucking character, but for those of you who have seen it, you'll love this. It's just delightful.
You was like, oh wow, I totally forgot about that episode.
Yeah. Or you're like, I never saw that episode.
Yeah.
Well, still.
Oh my god, you gotta
remember it for the rest of your life.
Everyone needs to see this.
Yeah. And it's not like it's the only show to ever do it. Mr. Belvedere did it. But
it's like a one-liner throwaway.
It's at the end of the episode.
This isn't a whole.
This is two fucking
He
episodes.
seduces these two children.
Yeah. You see it start to finish. You see this manipulative fucking guy just creeping in.
Honestly, if you are a pedophile, you took notes.
Yeah.
On this fucking thing.
Oh, I got some.
Oh, that's
Mr. Horton's a
That's
genius.
a good idea.
Oh. Why don't I open up a bike shop?
Fuck!
What's wrong with these people?
What are we doing?
I'm making fun of it because it's.
We have to.
How do you not?
It's ridiculous.
When you and what's fucking crazy, and we both noticed this, is just like now these kids are just kids. They're innocent, and they're just oblivious to what's going on.
Yes.
And the way that the show's written, it's almost like you're watching this guy get teased by
like they're teasing him
with the shit they're saying.
There's inappropriate jokes. That's the main issue.
That the
with
crowd
this
is laughing
episode.
as this goes.
And there's a couple of them before you even know what this guy's gonna do.
Yeah, like for instance, fucking when the Mr. Horton says, "You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours," and then Arnold says, "You could scratch me all over."
He'd love that.
Yeah,
probably.
Mr. Horton used to see the twinkle in his eyes.
There's some other thing about, I could sell anything. I start selling my shoes, and I sell my shirt, and I sell my pants.
Yeah.
Like he's
Mr. Horton's just like, oh man.
He's naked. Like,
yeah.
You sold all your stuff, you'd be naked.
Yeah.
Like, what? Who wrote this? Like, I get it is a comedy show, but you're dealing with a very complex subject.
Yeah. And most sitcoms, when they approach a serious subject,
the
jokes were minimal.
They wrote it
usually a downer
like
episode.
it was a normal episode.
Yeah,
that's what it seemed like. Because there's a lot of these jokes before anything happens, and then there's some of these jokes while it's happening.
Yeah,
and it's like, what?
Yeah, it's not your traditional stuff.
Are you doing?
Yeah.
Did you really write that for him to say?
I didn't write it. I mean, what does he say? Which fucking... Okay, so then Arnold's back there, and he's offering him the banana split.
Yes.
And he says, you better eat that before it melts. He says, my tongue's faster than a hummingbird's wings. It'll never freeze. Or never melt.
I'm sure the guy just got an erection.
Yeah.
Holy shit,
Jesus
dude.
Christ, Arnold.
Yeah, you cock tease.
What's wrong with you?
What are you doing, Arnold?
Holy shit. That's really just how it comes across. You know?
Oh my god.
So Arnold basically tells him, because Dudley also would like a free radio, and Arnold brings it to Mr. Horton's attention that he would like it if
because he's passing flyers out too. So.
If his friend could like also earn a free radio, and he's like, yeah, bring him by, because that's what these fuckers do. They recruit.
Why not?
It's the fucking pedophile reserves.
Honestly, I know it's a show, but his the biggest downfall is he actually gave him wine.
Yeah.
He doesn't get caught. This was fast moved. If this was a real actual situation, he would have probably it would take longer. It would be a slower process.
Yeah.
They jump right in and like it's ba 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 ba, and then the end of the episode he gets caught obviously.
Yeah.
Because they smell the booze on their breath. He offers them wine later, and like that's the scary part. Yeah, it does. Like it makes it seem so easy, simple, and like it's not. It doesn't work that way.
No. It's just the whole time he's offering him like, hey, you can come by, have this ice cream, just don't tell your parents.
Yeah, he's all telling
don't get me in trouble because I'm probably
he's already telling them we gotta keep secrets, and just keep it just between me and you. We're having a good time. I don't want you to get in trouble having ice cream before dinner, Arnold.
Yeah.
And so okay,
now
do
Arnold's getting this bike for his birthday.
Used to getting the kid used to already keeping a secret.
Yeah.
See, I mean and like I said, it's some type of process. It's sped up in the television show, but in real life, I'm sure it takes longer to do what he was going to do.
Yeah, and you've got things
it's terrifying.
Yeah, no, it's fucking.
It's terrifying. To see something like this.
I mean, you have Arnold's supposed to. Basically, his dad's buying him the bike for his birthday, so. The bike is staying there until his birthday, basically, and this guy tells him he can come by and ride it.
That's our little secret too.
Yeah, anything he can to get.
So it's basically giving gifts.
Yeah,
and and this is
him and Arnold are gonna have a lot of fun together.
So children like you give them things that children like. You're being very nice to them, and I get it. I imagine that is the strategy. So him and Dudley come by.
They come back the next day, and it's raining, and they're in the little raincoats.
Yep, and he checks in his little. He also has a little door.
Yeah, because there's a back room.
He lives in the back room of the bike shop, and he's got a little. You can turn like a picture over and look like a little secret viewing.
Yeah.
Dudley, there's Arnold and Dudley here or whatever. So he knows who's coming before they know he's there.
So. And he's got this room that he has is pretty incredible.
For kids.
He's got an arcade machine. He's got an television on the table, TV,
comic books,
everything.
He's got ice cream.
Before Mr. Horton goes out to greet them, he slips a nudie magazine into
so he's setting it all
comic
up.
books.
Yeah,
he's setting it up, and he goes out there and. He basically
snoozes them a little bit
with the smell of pizza.
Yeah.
That he just so happens to have ready.
Oh, I got pizza in the oven,
This motherfucker is really just fishing.
I tell you, man, if the equivalent of a guy talking to a woman, he's got no chance. You know what I'm saying? Just putting the moves on him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's fucking.
He's putting the moves on these kids.
Yep.
As if it was a man putting the moves on a woman at a bar or something.
It's so odd, man.
It is cringy.
Yeah.
I was oh God, I feel dirty. After watching this episode.
And this is when it really, really starts to start getting into more.
Things are happening.
Now things are happening
after this. So
exactly.
Oh man, so they I get their pizza. He leaves them for a bit to find the magazine.
Yeah, they find this magazine.
You know they'll find it.
And they're very small boys, and they're seeing all these naked people in this magazine, and it's interesting to them, but they figure this thing was left here on accident.
Yeah, it's not,
and the guy gives them enough time to look through it, and of course when he walks through the door, they hide it.
And
but then he's he knows they looked at it.
He made sure to hey, what were you looking at there?
Yeah, and then he starts to tell you can have an awful lot of fun with your clothes off. and you're just like, ugh.
Well, he's trying, and that's the other thing. He's trying to make, because these are things when you're a kid, you feel guilty if you get caught doing. But he's trying to make them feel good about it. Like, no, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
as long
as you don't tell your parents.
Yeah.
This is all okay.
The human naked body is a beautiful thing.
Yeah. You folks never been skinny dipping. You haven't
good dash, God dash, good fun, man. Skinny dipping.
Gosh darn it. Guys, don't call me Mr. Horton. Call me Curly.
That's my nickname.
Yeah.
Call me Curly. You be Mo and I'll Curly.
We could be the new Stooges.
Yeah. Oh, man.
You know, just...
Well, we're going to jump on the bed for a while, kids.
Yeah,
you know,
let's play some horsey.
Good old time.
Hey, kids, let's play Tarzan. You'll have a lot of fun playing
Hey, you guys like taking pictures?
Yeah. You guys like, oh, we love taking pictures, Mr. Horton.
Yeah, oh, yeah. What kids don't love taking pictures?
Yeah. Never met a kid that fucking liked... You know, and then of course
like,
Arnold, the spoiled rich kid, we got a camera like this at home, only more expensive.
Yeah, oh, you little
fucking, I'm sorry, your dad owns a building, I own a fucking bike shop, kid. That's Christ.
I'm gonna get you good, Arnold.
Yeah. I spit on your pizza. You jerk.
Oh, how about we play Tarzan, kids?
Wait a minute, guys. Let's make this more authentic. Dudley, take your shirt off. See, he realizes
Tarzan
right away.
Shirt.
No, he's right. He's right about that. I'll give him credit for that. You know, he wanted to really have an authentic picture. But anyway, he just like, it's fucking.
Well, then he gets nonsense. How about you ride me, Dudley, like I'm an animal?
Yeah, now I'm an animal.
And this is another joke that Arnold says.
Oh, just wiggle your butt.
I don't have a tail. And they go, that's alright, just wiggle your butt.
Yeah.
And it's like, what?
It's just...
He must, like, oh my god, he must have just got the thrill out of that one.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's just like, this is the thing. You can make jokes, like, maybe, I don't even know. I'm not sure you can make jokes on a show, like, writing a joke about, but you're making, like, sexual innuendo kind of jokes. And it's like, oh man, really? Did you just say that?
You know what you get out of it? You just know, like, from watching this episode and the way that it's done, when the kids are saying these things, as innocent as they are, you do get the feeling that this guy is taking them another way. You know?
Like, honestly, I suppose the kids don't know what's going on.
It feels inappropriate.
But it's just like, I'm watching this, and I still... the regular Diff'rent Strokes episode didn't make jokes like this.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they covered some topics. They did.
But like, I don't remember like,
was on
these
there.
like somewhat... I guess it's obviously, if it was a regular... If the episode just ended and he just gave him ice cream and watched movies and then he wasn't anything else other than that, but it's like... The writers know what he is, and it's just like, why are you making that joke? Why are you writing that joke when you know what this guy is? The characters don't, but that's different. But it's like, oh my god, what is going on?
Yeah.
How dare you write that joke? Are you kidding me?
So, I think...
And I laugh at this shit, but at the same time, I was like, you can't do that.
Yeah. And it's just fucking crazy. But, so while this is going on, a customer comes in, and you can hear the bell from the back room.
Yeah. Okay,
so he goes to the trap door, and he like looks through
sees who it is,
and it's Mr. Drummond, who has stopped by to
buy the bike.
And these kids have been drinking wine.
Yeah,
you know,
giving them little sips of wine. Of course, you know they don't want it, but he gets one of them to do it, and then it's like calling it a little chicken, so they're into it.
Yeah, I mean they're fucking having a good old time. They're like fucking, you know, the scene from Jaws where
they're jumping on the bed, and so he goes and checks that out.
And it's just they're jumping on the bed. And Mr. Drummond comes into the main store, and the guy sees him, and he's like, all right, kids, be quiet, and he goes out there. And, you know, by this time, he's got blue balls.
He's rushing Mr. Drummond.
Yeah, Mr. Drummond just wants to pay for the bike, and Mr.
Drummond's going on about dumb shit.
Telling terrible jokes, and just talking to him.
A stupid story, but he's, like, really trying to rush him out.
And you can just tell.
And Mr. Drummond notices, like, oh, you got something going on here? Like, oh, I got pizza in the oven or something.
Yeah, but Arnold
takes a look.
Yeah, he notices his dad's there, and him and Dudley sneak out the back door.
They escape.
Now, Arnold walks through the door when he gets home, and he's got like a wad of gum in his mouth.
Yeah.
And his sister and his brother basically figure out that he's been drinking because they can smell it, and they agree not to tell their father.
He makes some excuse up that where he got it from.
Yeah.
And then whatever, they okay, don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Which, you don't exactly. How old is Arnold supposed to be? Like 10, 11 years old?
It's tough to but all right,
this is season 5,
we're in
right?
season 5. I don't know.
He's like a little person too. So like when it started, he looks like he's 6 or 7, but he's probably more like 12 or 13 or something, right?
No, actually,
he was the age.
He was the age.
Webster was like that.
Yeah.
Webster was. He looked like he was 5. He was actually like 12.
Yeah, no, he actually was only like 10 or 12 years old. But the problem was they kept the reason why he looked so young all the time is because they continually into the 5th season, even at 12 years old, they were picking him up.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And
they were continuing the.
Yeah, they were still.
The
if you ever get to watch like the behind the scenes of that show, people do talk about that. Where like Conrad Bain would tell them like, we need to stop picking this kid up like he's a kid. He's not, and it's just. But so that's basically the end of part 1.
Part 1. Yeah.
Right?
I think so.
That's basically it, because then him and Dudley go back, and then that's in part 2. And that's
alright. Take a small break.
Part 2. When we come back after these important messages from the folks at Diff'rent Strokes. And we're back to Diff'rent Strokes, Mr. Horton's House of Horrors. And
that should be the title of the show. Mr. Horton's House of Horrors.
Yes.
I like that.
It's fucking awful. And of course, in Video Rangers fashion, we fucked up the plot a little bit, but that's okay.
Well, we went into part 2.
Went into part 2
sooner than we were supposed. We thought it was part 1 still.
We lost our innocence a little early, kind of like Arnold and Dudley.
We're still learning here.
Apparently, so are they. The birds and the beebs. The beebs.
So okay.
So
I think we left off
with Arnold going home, right?
With Arnold and Dudley leaving because they saw there was a drum in there, so they just want to get the fuck out of there.
Which actually does happen in part 2. Part 1 ends with him taking the pictures, and picks up where it left off in part 2. Then Mr. Drummond comes in.
Yes.
We
went a little ahead. So yeah, I think we did. Well, let's say it again real quick. Arnold goes home, and his sister and
Kimberly.
I can't remember their fucking names.
Willis.
I don't know why. I know his name. So Kimberly and Willis smell. He's got a big wad of gum, but they still smell the wine on his breath, and they keep his secret. So I think the next scene is basically them going, Dudley and Arnold going back to the bike shop, and more wine. And I got some cartoons for you, kids. You guys like cartoons, don't you?
And the pictures were developed for
I got Murphy Mouse.
You guys ever heard of Murphy Mouse? Never heard of Murphy Mouse.
Hey, that kid mouse's pants fell off.
Hey, that girl mouse is wearing a bikini.
Not anymore. That mouse's pants fell off.
Holy shit.
I started laughing my ass off. That mouse's pants fell off.
How about some Looney
I
Tunes?
can't get over that.
Apparently we're not watching Merry Melodies.
And these are adult cartoons, Arnold. You're an adult, right?
That's an X-rated cartoon. And that's something that I actually did want to bring up, though, is that he's got these 2 kids here, and you have Arnold, who is a little bit less impressionable. Like, he recognizes that this situation...
He's the one starting to realize something's not right.
Putting the pushback a little bit.
Because I'd imagine, the way Dudley's acting, he feels like, and I'm sure this is how it kind of goes.
Right.
He wants to impress him.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we're adult, so he's trying to...
cool. I'll do whatever you want.
I'm cool. Do that,
cool. I'm down.
He's down. So, and then Arnold isn't liking
man,
what he's seeing.
Cool?
Yeah. Because, if someone puts pressure on you, I want to go with the flow. You're not
really, Dudley should have said, hey, man, I'm not a chicken, you're a turkey.
Kid. Well, that one.
That's what he should have said.
And, so, they're drinking wine, a little bit of wine, and then Arnold stands up and I don't like this cartoon.
Well, he did, yes, he doesn't like the cartoon. he basically picks up and leaves, and now Mr. Horton, he's just left with fucking Dudley. And
Poor Dudley and Mr. Horton are left alone.
Yeah.
And before Arnold leaves, or actually Arnold might have left it by now, and after the cartoon's over, we'll play Neptune, King of the Sea.
Oh, you need a whole lot of water.
How do you play that? Well, you know, it takes a lot of water, bathtub, ripping the shower. You're gonna love it.
Yeah. And
holy shit!
Now,
this
this is where we get
Arnold's gone.
Yeah.
And we're back at
Back in
Arnold's house.
Moving, you know,
So
back downtown. But so Arnold is back at his house, and
no, before that, Dudley's dad comes and confronts Mr. Drummond
before
Arnold gets home.
Yes, you're right.
So he has, you know, hey, Mr. Drummond, and listen, Dudley's dad looks like no one to fuck with.
Yeah, the guy's at least 6'5".
He's a very large man.
Yes.
And he looks like Chef's partner or something.
His jacket is really
he looks
cool.
like he'll fuck you. Yeah, he looks really cool for this stuff.
Yeah.
He'll fuck you up.
Just talking about Chef.
He's very soft.
Such a
He's very soft-spoken, the actor, wherever he is, but he's a very large man.
lovely gentleman.
So he's confronting Mr. Drummond,
Nice as
and
pie.
he's very soft-spoken, very nice about it. Mr. Drummond.
Yeah, Dad was good. I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't let my kid drink any wine.
Yeah.
And Mr. fucking Drummond's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. My word.
I would
Watson?
never. Yeah.
You know?
I never gave. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I would never given Dudley wine.
Yeah. He's
So at this point, Kimberly and Willis jump in. Oh, Dad. Well, we should tell you something. Arnold came home the other day with wine on his breath.
yeah.
Oh.
I think something's awry.
We got and like, I gotta talk to my son, and he's like, I never gave Arnold any wine.
Yeah.
He said something like that. So Arnold comes home at this
I
point,
think the kids are experimenting with alcohol.
and he told me that Dudley gave me wine, and Arnold. Basically, they said
Yeah.
such and such
Yeah.
gave me wine. Both their parents gave them wine.
My mom's cooking
Each
dinner
other.
at 5:30. We're having stovetop. We're doing it too. Come over at 6:30. One of those things.
I'm sleeping over at your house.
Yeah.
You're sleeping over at my house.
Yeah.
But we're really going out in the woods and drinking some Red Dog.
Exactly.
We were sleeping at Billy's house.
Yeah. His parents don't care.
Because Billy's parents aren't home.
Yeah.
They're never home.
But so
Then we're going to Kenroy's house.
Rick's house.
All right, moving on.
Alright. So okay. So now so Dudley's father leaves. This is Arnold walks in a few seconds later.
Yeah.
When he comes home, Mr. Drummond confronts him, about the
wine.
wine.
Yeah.
And
Arnold said he got wine from Dudley's dad.
So Arnold tells him basically what happens eventually.
Basically spills the beans.
Yeah,
and
spills the
Mr.
beans.
Horton gave him the wine, and there's more.
Yes.
And it's like, you're a parent. You're like, fuck.
Holy
and
shit!
This is the
I bought a bike from this guy.
Yeah, and then you're like, and Dudley's still there. Holy shit, Dudley's still there. Fuck! I just left there. Dudley's still there. Like, fuck, Mr. Drummond's like,
Oh my!
call the police. We're gonna get down there as soon as possible.
Oh my god! So they fucking go down there. As they're going down there, trying to get in the door, Mr. Horton is about to flip the clothes.
You have to lock the door.
And fucking, of course, Mr. Drummond showed up with the police force.
Because they're still playing Neptune, King of the Sea.
Yes. So they basically they fucking confront Mr. Horton. The other cop goes with Conrad Bain, Mr. Drummond, into the back room, and Dudley is in the bathroom.
Find Dudley.
He doesn't feel so good.
Well, the cop before the police officer says to
He
Mr.
slips some
he
stuff.
goes, wait, I might want to go in there first before you go in there.
Yeah, just in case it's a fucking bloodbath.
Yeah, who knows?
Thank God.
So he opens the
That
door.
did happen.
And the big joke, toilet flushes.
Mm-hmm.
That's very funny in 1980 because toilets don't flush.
No.
It's not a big. See, that doesn't happen on television very often.
No.
That doesn't happen very often now, still.
Not a whole lot.
So toilet flushes, big joke, and that's Dudley comes out. I don't feel too well. It gave me a pill. So you guess he roofied him?
Yeah.
Fucking roofied him.
This guy's ruthless, man.
What was he going to do if he locked that door and there was no one coming?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dudley.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
You're talking full on.
Now, so it appears that they got to Dudley in the nick of time. Not that he's not going to be scarred for life, because he probably will be. But
yeah,
they do get to him before. I mean,
just in the nick of time.
He seemed to be walking all right.
He can still stand.
Yeah.
Which
so
it's just for TV convenience.
Yeah.
If he was really pilled, he would be probably asleep already.
yeah. So when they get home, the police officer is there, and the rest, and Mr. Drummond, Kimberly, and Wilson, and Arnold, or Willis.
Well, I can't figure his name too.
Willis.
Willis.
Anyway, so and they're having a very serious discussion that
Basically, they're talking to the camera at this
Yes.
point about the real situation.
it was totally a
without
moment.
talking to the camera.
Yeah, and they're just laying out the facts for you, and it really is informative.
I like how Willis goes, well, that's just straight. I didn't think Mr. Horton was gay. And the cop corrects him. Oh, he's not gay. He just loves little boys and little girls and such and such and such. And like,
they're dropping the facts on.
They're bringing stuff. I'm not sure if those are true, but there's something's true.
Well,
yeah.
yeah.
So they make you to believe that if you were being gay, you're a man, you like a man, you're a girl, you like a girl. That's gay. So, but to be a pedophile, it's the same thing. Instead of like you're a person who likes children.
Yeah.
Is it a mental illness? I mean, we can go. I don't want to dive too deep into this.
No, because again, first of all, I'm not qualified to really.
No. I'm qualified to make fun of it.
Yes, that's it. I'm qualified to tell you what I saw.
Yes.
So
I can repeat it.
Listen, this episode is easily watchable on YouTube, but
it is free.
But to date,
free to watch.
The only seasons that are available on DVD are 1 through 4. So
which is strange.
And it's like, hey, did they do that on purpose?
Why wouldn't you put them all out? It was a fairly decent show.
I don't think it's sold well.
First season is very funny.
First season's great. Second season's okay.
It progressively got worse with pun. Like the jokes just always fell flat.
Well, as Arnold got older, when his face
got less cuter,
the jokes were starting to fall flat. However, Gary Coleman is probably the most talented young person ever. He was able to read the jokes so fucking well. If you go back and you watch that first season, he's probably 5 or 6, and he's amazing.
Okay.
You know?
No, I mean,
go back and watch his appearances on the Jeffersons.
It was a good show. It was.
I loved it as a kid.
It ran like 6 or 7 seasons.
It's like 6 or 7. 180 something episodes.
Yeah.
So
Dudley went on to like star in.
That's
Friday
actually
the 13th,
my question. Yes.
Part 4.
Yes.
He's in that.
Is he in 4 or is it 5?
One with the when they're at the kid's home.
That's the 5th one.
It's the 5th one.
Yeah, the worst of all Friday the 13th.
Well, yeah, Jason.
I know.
Jason,
I know.
Spoiler: Jason's actually not in the movie.
Yes, I know. Friend of the show, Matt, enjoyed Part 5.
It has its moments.
Yes.
That it's a disappointer if you're a true Friday the 13th fan because Jason isn't in the fucking movie.
Yes.
That's the most disappointing part.
I just don't
but
like
it's very. Like a lot of these, they're like fan fiction.
I don't like the 5th or the 7th one.
There's a lot of yeah.
But
they're all
and this is my question, and I don't know if we have a confirmed answer on this, but I always wondered, like, because I wasn't sure about like the order of the episodes because I only caught reruns. You know, the show ended when I was like 4. So I wanted to know, was this Dudley's last episode?
It's not.
Because how do you come back from this?
I
go to school
I
on
don't know
Tuesday,
for sure, but I'm pretty sure he was in. Yeah, obviously it just swept under the rug. No one remembers it ever happened. I'm pretty sure he's in the show still. He's not like dead.
You know, like you don't know if he grows up with a fear of bicycles or not. Hey Dudley, how come you don't want to be in the big race?
Poor Dudley.
Exactly. Why?
Poor
You know what I
Dudley.
always wondered? It's like, why did they choose Dudley?
It couldn't be the star.
Why couldn't it just
Arnold
be...
had to go tell.
No, I get that.
He had to go.
But why couldn't it be a one-off character?
Oh,
Why
there
did
is
it
a
have
part.
to be...
In
the beginning, there's a kid leaving.
There's a little kid leaving the bike shop, and he's telling him keep it a secret. Well, he just gave him some treats or something.
Yeah.
And and I think they come in after the kid leaves, more or less. So I mean, he's got other kids.
Yeah.
At the same time, he's a two-timer.
He's using Mr. Horton's a two-timer. He was on Cheaters.
But seriously, some of the worst things was like these jokes. What is like teased? Like they're cock teasing the pedophile.
Yeah.
Like what they say.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
But it's just, what it really comes down to is just, I didn't like the things that Mr. Horton was doing down at the bike shop, but it's good to know that some hugs are still okay.
Yeah, and it's true, Arnold.
Yes.
It's true. Some hugs
That's
are
some
hugs and kisses still are okay.
Yeah. That's the knowledge that Arnold drops on his dad.
That's the ending scene.
Just to let you know, like, hey, we're okay. Don't worry. We're gonna next week comedy again.
Not so serious.
Not that they didn't exactly get away from the comedy.
No, there was comedy. If you have a dark sense of humor, those jokes are funny.
And this show's filmed. Is it filmed in front of a live studio audience?
That's the other thing. I'd imagine it was because you got the reactions from the audience, and they were laughing at jokes, but then there was a gasp.
Yeah.
When he was pulling out, hey, you guys like skinny dipping? It's a good old time. Here's some Polaroids of us, me and the guys, having a great old time.
Yeah.
And there was like a gasp in the audience.
It's just like you get to, it's just everything. Like when Mr. Horton's pulling out the, hey, skinny dipping's great.
How much
kind of thing.
The audience didn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
And right at that point was like, oh, fuck. And one of the audience was like, really? This is going that way. Like, he finally figured it out.
Like, this is a lot different from Arnold eating the birthday cake.
Laughing at the jokes one by one, and it's like,
You mean Mr. T's not coming to save the day?
You mean Mrs. T's not coming to save the day either?
No. No. Instead, Mr. Horton's got his hands wrapped around
They dropped water balloons from the balcony. It's like a 1,000-story building. They would have murdered somebody.
Yeah.
Remember that episode?
Yeah. A lot more lighthearted back then.
Very lighthearted. Dropping water balloons. Anyway, we're dropping bombs here.
Yeah. But Gordon Jump, Mr. Horton, does do an extraordinary job, and he's got the experience because he did 90 episodes on WKRP in Cincinnati.
Yeah, he's not a real pedophile, at least I hope.
No, he's a working actor.
He's passed away by now. He's basically just. He never was a breakthrough actor. He was in things. Yeah, he worked constantly. He was in things.
Yeah,
working man. Yeah, he's got a blue collar.
Exactly. And it's just if I could tell you to go watch one episode of Diff'rent Strokes, or one, it would be this 2-part episode. So
you should see that. You should see, honestly, you should watch the first season because it is just to get well enough with the characters. It is funny, especially the first episode.
Yeah.
And this is a great episode to watch, though.
It's just like
it's like history. Like, how do you make this? Like, I understand there was good intentions here.
Yeah.
But it kind of fell by the wayside. Some of it's very realistic, I suppose. We said with the situations, but holy shit, man! The jokes are just like. How do you do that? How do you make that joke? How do you write that joke?
It's inappropriate.
Yeah, it is.
But you also were in a different time where people are a little bit less PC, so that's why.
No, that's one of the reasons.
Even though TV was a little bit more wholesome, they were able to get away. I think that's why the crowd was a little bit more lighthearted about it.
Well,
if you did this today, people would be like taking to Facebook. I can't believe they're doing this.
People would be outraged. This is the age of the PG-13 rating coming out and being more rated, PG-13, like how the spectrum.
Yeah.
Is it PG-13 closer to PG or PG-13 closer to R? There is a spectrum.
Which in most cases
when it first came out, it was closer to R.
Yeah.
With Indiana Jones in some of the Star Wars movies where a little like there was certain scenes.
It was like, hey, this movie's violent and only has one curse word, PG-13.
And meanwhile, Indiana Jones is shooting a guy, and there's plenty of violence.
But every show has their iconic episodes. This would be the one for this show.
I think so.
This is just like Roseanne has her holiday episodes.
Yeah, a Halloween episode. But very different though.
you know what I mean? Saved by the Bell has the I'm so excited.
Oh, which is on
that's what, the things you
caffeine
think of.
pills.
Yeah, well, the episodes you think of when
like
you think of a
and you make you think she's on fucking meth.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about All in the Family, most people reference the Sammy Davis Jr. episode.
Yeah, like, it has. It's the episode that leaves the biggest impression on the audience.
The one that it doesn't necessarily have to be the best episode, but it's the one that's just like, and this one's fucking insane.
This is just the most ridiculous.
Can't all be
80s sitcom, like brings that crazy situation. Oh, we're gonna have two black kids with a white dad, and everyone went the whole 80s route with this.
Yeah, but it actually airs in what, 78 is the first season of the show.
Yeah, 78. Right for
and
6 or 7 seasons.
It's very different. It wasn't like fucking.
No, it brought a forefront of having
shows this.
There weren't a lot of black shows with the main character.
But it was less about being. Yeah, alright, yeah, you do have a black kid as the main character, but it shows
the main character.
At the heart of this show is really that they're a family and that all that shit doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter that this isn't your biological father.
Yeah, no.
You still have a good upbringing.
And it's got less to do with fucking Mr. Drummond being rich, because I mean that's just a bonus. It allows for different things.
It's just the 80s storyline. Of course, he's gonna be rich.
Yeah, he's Daddy Warbucks. But at no point are these children like utterly spoiled. I mean, he's asking for the bike, and his dad's thinking about it. Meanwhile, the guy owns like a million corporations.
Yeah, you can buy him 200
bikes at $119.
He lives in a fucking penthouse suite. Like a bike is like, I don't know.
Downtown Manhattan.
I don't know if we'll be able to do it.
That shit's expensive.
Yeah, another show, maybe Arnold's at the lemonade stand raising money for his bike.
Yeah.
This ain't gonna happen this time.
If you were in the suburbs,
He is Daddy Warbucks.
Yeah. But he doesn't act like...
No, he holds back.
Yeah.
He's always, he's not spoiling... He did spoil them in the
beginning.
And they didn't like that. And he pissed off.
Yeah. Well, no, Arnold liked it.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking...
I keep wanting to call him Wesley.
I don't know, that's Mr.
I know, I keep wanting to call him Wesley, though. It's not. It's
which, by the way...
What's his name?
Oh, it's Willis.
Willis!
What you talking about, Willis?
Yeah, I don't know why his name is...
When you just think of the phrase and it'll come.
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing.
And we got... What you talking about?
Yeah, you did get that.
Who'd he say it to?
What you talking about, Dad? Something like
is
that.
Is that what it was? I can't remember now.
What you talking about, Mr. Horton?
I wish he said it to the fucking pedophile who lost my mind. What you talking about, Mister? What you talking about, Curly?
Yeah. Arnold, why don't you get naked? What you talking about, Mr. Horton? That was crazy. Another show that does have an episode like this is Mr. Belvedere, and involves Wesley getting molested.
Involved.
No, it does have a moment.
Well, it has a moment that Wesley was molested by the camp counselor at a previous time.
Yeah.
And that another kid was gonna go alone with him, and and he speaks up to save this kid. Like, no, don't touch him.
Yeah.
Or something. He says he's very. Yeah.
It's very weird, but that's another one. Other than that, I can't really think of a whole lot.
I want to see the real episode where fucking Bob Uecker chokes the shit out of the fucking camp counselor. What the fuck did you do to my kid? Yeah, real life? Because fucking Dudley's dad was...
he was so calm about this.
He's hugging his kid after the whole thing. The guy's in the other fucking room.
It's not your fault.
He would have fucking went after him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Why wasn't somebody stabbed?
He's right there. He's right there. He's not anywhere... he's in the fucking room.
Yeah.
And he's like... Oh, you just take care of his kid. I want to see the realistic part of this. He's wringing his guy's fucking neck.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah. Why wasn't that done?
Because you can't.
Yeah. Mr. Dudley was not fucking very... Right? He just was... So you just like seriously, my dad would have.
You're still calm and your
anybody's father would have, or parent or mother, whatever, would have lost their
Most
shit.
people would have lost their fucking mind. And the guy,
meantime,
he's in the vicinity.
Yeah.
Forget about it. Forget about it. Would have lost their fucking mind.
Yeah, just very shocking.
Well, I mean, that's it. You can't show that on TV
because we want to end this on a
they
positive. We don't want Mr. Dudley
trying
to jail.
Teach too. They're teaching, but I wanted to see him fucking with his.
Yeah,
that would have been the greatest episode of television
ever.
Just laying into.
Diff'rent strokes.
Motherfucker! I can't believe pulling out Sam Jackson or something, just going crazy.
The audio thing just went off the charts.
Yeah, it was very
yeah, so Diff'rent Strokes, season 5, Bicycle Man. It's one hell of a ride.
You gotta see it to believe it. Seriously.
Yeah. We're not doing it justice. It's way more like insane than I could ever explain. You're going to be uncomfortable as you watch it. If you watch it and you're not uncomfortable, something is wrong with you.
If you're if you have any younger viewers, like 25 and younger, who obviously probably didn't see it, it's a must watch.
Yeah.
I imagine people close to our have seen it or heard of it. You should watch it again if you haven't. It is out there. It is free. Yeah. Take a look, and it's like, holy shit.
And if you're an even older person, and maybe you just...
I just say, if you don't remember, if you missed it, and you like this kind of stuff...
Let's say you're 63 years old, and you never really got around to Diff'rent Strokes, but you're a big Dragnet fan, I would compare it to the Blue Boy episode, in terms of ridiculousness.
The Blue Boy?
Well, it's just iconic.
Alright. Yeah, it's worth the watch. I can't... Everyone should see this episode. It's ridiculous.
Diff'rent strokes to move the world.
And they certainly did.
And this episode obviously fucked these kids up for life because not one of them really had a success story after this. Well, Dudley's okay. Years of therapy, Dudley's okay. Gary Coleman's dead. Hit his head on a sink, I think. Dana Plato,
she's dead.
Drug overdose.
She's trying to run with Blockbuster too at one point. Willis is okay.
Fuck, I always forget his name.
I said it like you told me to.
Yeah.
Who you talking about, Willis?
Yeah, right? That's what I've been doing the whole time.
I almost said Wesley.
Yeah.
Wesley. I don't know why I can't remember Willis's name, but yeah. Well, Willis is okay.
Yeah.
Todd Bridges.
I
know his real name better than
he was on Skating with the Stars, so he's good. And then I think 1 or 2 episodes of The Two Coreys with Pauly Shore, which is crazy. But so one thing I wanted to do, I wanted to thank our pal Jax over at Cinebro Supreme for putting out a very nice video on our talents,
right,
or lack thereof.
All right, thank you, Jax.
That was
I appreciate it. Jax. I actually saw the video too.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Your favorite Canadian?
Yes, my fifth.
Your fifth favorite Canadian.
But Alan Thicke died recently.
So you moved up in the rankings.
Move up. John Candy's just cemented. Can't move.
No matter what, he's a monument.
Yep.
He's a monument.
That's all I got.
I think that's a show. I think I'm good.
I got to touch an NES Classic today.
Ooh,
just briefly mention it. I got to touch one. I saw one in the wild. It was crazy. It was at a beer store and this guy had one. And I touched his controller and he looked at me like, "Don't you dare touch another man's controller." I was like, "That's okay. I'm about to go to my friend's house and watch Mr. Horton touch a bunch of things.
Yeah.
He's not supposed to touch."
All right.
Right. Insert.
Touching kids.
Terrible.
It's terrible.
We're not making fun of it. We're just like making fun of the way it's approached.
The way it's approached is just...
Because obviously it's terrible.
Good
Lord. The fuck, man?
What are you doing? What are you doing, a writer? Who
that,
wrote this? We should have got the writer's name for
this.
We could lambaste him.
Yeah. We could lambaste him. Alright, anyway, we gotta get going because our friend from Morgan's in town.
He is.
And we gotta eventually see him.
Alright.
Until next time, you see Mr. Horton.
Run!
Call the police.
Call the police. Run away!
All right. Bye.